Hi guys, 732 of your crew back. I'm Mikey.
I'm Beef.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Westworld Season 2, Episode 6. We are following up probably my favorite episode of Westworld so far. Shogun World, which was amazing. I can't believe, they pulled that off.
Lost for words.
Yeah, and I don't know how they're going to follow that up, honestly.
Yeah, me either.
There's, season is approaching a high right now.
Maeve is like becoming
I feel like we're getting a Dolores-focused episode.
the Phoenix Force, like Jean Grey. Maeve is becoming that.
Well, let's find out. Maeve does become the Phoenix Force. Thank you for joining us. I don't know what that is. We're starting in 3, 2, 1.
You're growing, learning so quickly. I'm frightened of what you might become, what path you might take. I think I have a choice to make. If you outgrow this place, outgrow us, what would become of you?
I never know. I know it's subtitled Bernard, but I never know if it's Bernard or Arnold talking.
Yeah.
He didn't say that.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what choice to make.
Is this her memory?
Question whether or not he had agency.
I don't understand, Dolores. Some kind of improvisation.
Freeze all motor functions.
Sorry, what?
What? What's happening?
This is a test. One we've done countless times.
Oh my god. She's the one who was testing.
Fidelity.
This is just a reversed, isn't it?
Yeah, they just reversed the position the whole time. She wasn't the one that was being interviewed.
What? Milk can.
I'm picking it up.
Mr. Flood.
That bullet's gonna come back.
The fact that those two are still doing their functions as if nothing's wrong is crazy.
Day's wasting. Thought you wanted to ride it sunup.
They're just filling the furnace.
His whole demeanor's different. Holy crap.
The man who rode that train
He's
was built weak and born to fail.
Wow.
goddamn.
You fixed him.
A flood is coming. His name is Teddy. They'll wash away all the non-believers.
Is the bullet that he picked up one that would go in her bandolier?
Hale didn't mention specifics. I know it's the Mesa, but the Mesa is fucking huge.
The buzzing fly.
She can take them places that we don't even have access to.
Goddamn.
The bug in the system.
Ruthless.
She's like, did I mess up?
And she's been wearing the crown of thorns forever.
I love her.
Angela.
I can fix her.
What a cool resort.
Thank God.
They're coming to get her. Why do I feel like the
I
extraction
wouldn't take off that vest.
I feel like the extraction team's gonna kill her when they arrive.
There's a chance.
Yeah. Was she at the beach?
Ooh. Why are they keeping him alive instead of just popping it out?
Abernathy? You don't want to fuck up his brain.
Just want to keep him off his feet. Permanently.
Are they taking his legs?
Uh-oh.
Is that really necessary?
Jesus Christ,
Tunnel,
dude.
man. You're
Literally.
about to get your deep and dreamless slumber.
So they just cut down everyone.
She's a dual sword wielder now.
Dude, she enabled God mode. Yes, she can dual wield swords. No.
Oh, seppuku.
Did she?
Cut that girl's heart out?
Oh, she cut her heart out. That's such good imagery. Like, you're tearing out my heart.
She's got the commands down now.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
こやつらの処刑に立ち会いに戻ってきたのか。
Oh. Toranaga, no!
He's not dying.
他の者は去ってよい。ただし、茜は残れ。
No. Keep fighting?
我らで決着をつけようではないか。さもなくば、わしから逃れ。臆病者のお目を被るのだ。
Woo!
術を使ってあの人を助けて。いや、我ら皆運命を選べる。
Woo, we each all deserved her to their own fate. I love it.
I feel like Maeve understands that this is for honor.
But also, this is off script. So, him
Yeah,
deciding,
true.
him deciding his own fate is bigger than him.
You're right, actually,
Yeah.
that's true. Oh my!
God,
He's literally fighting like we saw. if he blinds the other guy with the sun in his eye, this is literally Kojiro versus Musashi. Oh, he used the dirty trick. Musashi Miyamoto was a great swordsman who would show up to duels purposefully late to make his opponent agitated and then win.
I love how the actors are actually doing the duel too. The third sword soon?
Double blades together. One Piece is my favorite.
God damn.
Oh! Guess you could say he's been disarmed.
Yeah.
Oh. It was a good pun.
Thank you.
Don't lose your head over it. Accept it.
Yeah, he accepts it too. It's crazy.
He's gonna seppuku. Yes.
See? Yeah.
What, our favorite character?
So, should we acknowledge my presence now?
Would you really stoop this low for? You really gunning for me this
Oh,
hard?
he thinks Ford put the version of his daughter.
Into a host.
Oh.
Those aren't real Ghost Nation arrows. Your men are looting a honeypot.
Oh.
Fuck.
Ooh.
That's wild, bro.
I believe if anyone could right this ship by force of sheer will, it's you.
That was a nice thing to say.
You asked what her ranking is, kind of, didn't you, at one point?
Mm-hmm.
They got climate control working.
I feel like there's
We
a
need
reason
it
for
to
that.
remain an airy 86 inside.
QA has been trying to regain control of whatever Ford did to the system.
And they were actively blocked every time by the cradle.
The cradle? Is that...
The cradle can't influence the me.
Okay, no, it's not Ford's backup.
It's where all the host narratives are stored, it seems like.
There's something in here that's improvising.
The cradle's fighting back.
Because you can't access it remotely.
Ooh. They have to go to the cradle.
Do it in person.
Wow, is that Mount Fiji? Mount Fuji? Oh, look at those bonsai trees.
That was so pretty.
Those bonsai trees are probably hundreds of years old.
Ooh.
Ooh, well, that looks not good. Yeah, I would not send something down that.
Oh!
Sakura never knew peace her whole life.
Except here. Huh.
Wow. He's not going with them? Why? Ooh. Cowardice is a tin shield.
話から逃げるのは臆病ではない。ここが私のいるべきところ。私がそう望む。
Can we stay in Shogun World?
What the hell are you doing here?
Why pass up the trip?
Charlotte Hale invited her here.
Got a little excited about going back to the Raj.
You're terrified of the elephants.
I loved the
Oh,
elephants.
no.
They scared the shit out of Mom.
Ooh.
Anyway, I rode there for a couple of days. Till I remembered I was old enough to try out the pleasure palaces. And then I rode there for a couple of days.
Torment her dad.
Then all hell broke loose, and I ended up in the one place I wanted to avoid.
Westworld.
Maybe you're more suited to my line than you want to admit.
Oh, I've always seen the appeal of it. Life without consequences. That's what made it so fun when I was a kid. And that's why it's so sad that you're still obsessed with it now.
Ooh.
I never got Mom's reactions to you because I spent so many years buying your good guy act. She was the only one who saw through it, and she paid for that. But I shouldn't have said her death was your fault.
Ooh. Good. Redemption. Reconciliation.
Instead, you're gonna come home with me. I'm not gonna let you stay here now and go out in some bullshit blaze of glory.
If I head with you to the beach, let this place finish burning behind us, that means you and I are even.
I feel like, yeah, that's why he's been so obsessed with Westworld, too.
I guess we'll start walking at sunup.
Did he abandon her?
You see the gray hat?
Yo, that would be crazy if he up and packed everything up and left.
I think he did.
Oh my god, what a shithead.
Can I?
Literally, motherfucker, for her.
Do you know why?
Why?
He thinks she's a host.
Yeah, he thinks she's. Well, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he dropped it, but he thought that she was a Ford.
Is this where he made a? Remember he brought the command processing core somewhere? Is this where he brought it? So.
God damn it. How the fuck are you doing this?
I know how to find out. Put me inside. Directly. There's a dock for the control unit. Pull me out in an hour. Just close it up.
An hour?
Even if I can put you back together afterwards, I haven't turned your pain down yet.
There's no time.
We haven't turned your pain down?
The pain's just a program.
Oh my god, him saying that he's just code. Saying it a different way than Maeve sees it.
Oh my god.
Deep and dreamless slumber.
What the fuck?
Is he having a dream?
It just changed the whole aesthetic of everything.
He's Teddy now.
He's Teddy now.
Oh my god, wait, he can. Yeah.
Why?
Where's the guy that he bumps into then?
3.
No, it was that guy in the back.
Yeah, you're right. He missed him.
Yep.
You Coughlin? Ashley Subs, head of park security.
Fuck you, dude.
His name's Ashley.
Amateur hour's over.
Engels!
Yo!
You need anything local, talk to Ashley. Jesus, the Ashley here.
You can enjoy your one admirable contribution.
I like how they banter.
Thank you.
Aw.
Do you think he made Maeve after the woman that got away?
No, they weren't supposed to be.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like...
Which way do we go?
I need to do this alone.
Uh-oh.
Is that official Ghost Nation?
I'm gonna bleed you both like goats if you don't shut the fuck up.
Is that her little homestead?
How awkward is it going to be when there's a different mom?
When there's a new family, yeah, that's like...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait. There has to be another family here.
This woman has put on the performance of a lifetime.
She's amazing.
She's such a good actress.
What's her name?
Anna,
Is this her sister?
that's her mommy.
Oh, I bet she loves Anna so much.
Oh.
She doesn't want Anna to get taken away again.
Who would take her away?
Bad man?
No. Anna's mother is very, very strong. And she would never, ever let anything like that happen again.
Hello? Mama!
Oh, what's Maeve gonna do?
Can I help you?
Ooh.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh no. Are they immune to her?
No!
We're gonna find out. Well, Mom's dead. Oh no.
Oh shit. That was a really convincing fall.
Come on, witch.
Maognao hippie hetcha.
Woo! You're meant for the same path? Go Japanese armistice.
We have to help them.
What the fuck are you doing?
I'm calling for help.
He's giving Han Solo vibes with
A little bit.
Yeah. One bullet.
That's the last of my mercy.
Wow.
Ooh.
Better use it fast.
Jesus Christ, bro.
Oh.
Yep. What's that?
Train?
The fuck is that?
It's the train.
Nice guess.
Oh, no.
The hell was that?
That poor tech. Not much relying on you.
Him being dressed in Clementine's outfit would be so funny if he went in that way instead of Teddy. See, that's how you make it a comedy.
Doggy.
There was never a Greyhound in this scene.
Yeah. Ford had a Greyhound.
In his
Childhood.
house. Yeah, the dog that died, right? Because little Ford killed it.
So does that mean Ford's in this universe? Is that what this is? Ford awaken here? No, I guess he wasn't, Teddy. His fancy ass dress.
At the piano?
No, it's just a piano player.
All right.
Oh, you're right. Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah. Bernard.
Yeah.
No.
Oh my God. All right. Look what I wrote in all caps when I was freaking out.
It's Ford in it.
Ford is the one in.
Like 3 episodes ago.
But he's the one in the cradle. He's in the cradle. Ford, that was the whole point of 2 episodes ago.
I thought Arnold was this whole time.
But that's the whole point of 2 episodes ago was when we saw William's stepfather, the father-in-law, I'm sorry, and they were trying to recreate the personality. They couldn't do it, but they managed at this time to do it.
Yeah.
For Ford. And he is the first one to do it. And maybe he kind of said the technology didn't work because he wants to be the only one to do it. But he killed himself in the end of the first season and inserted himself into the cradle to take over so that nobody could fuck with his program because he knew he was being forced out of the Delos board and he knew they were trying to steal. And what did Charlotte Hale, I think, say to him? She's like, you're just trying to make sure they're not going to kick down to your castle after we, fire you. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, well, that's what he said. How do you know that I won't take all my toys and go home?
It's what he did.
Well, he didn't. He was like, I'm going to stay. Just to touch on that before I forget, the last episode of the first season. I remember towards the end, like the last maybe 5 minutes, Ford was talking to Arnold or Bernard in the bar, and Bernard was like, "You're the bad guy," et cetera, and like Arnold's gonna help free us. And then Ford was like, you could see Ford said something along the lines of like, "Know who your real enemy is." Something. He said a dialogue that made me think that the show was trying to sell us on Arnold being the good guy because Arnold is not actually the good guy, and that Ford was doing something that is more beneficial to the hosts as opposed to people.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
I don't know.
I think Ford's just doing it because he likes this type of stuff.
Maybe he does, but I'm saying that was something that I recall that I literally for the last 5 minutes of the first episode I was like, I feel like Arnold's a bad guy.
He may have a control. Ford just may have a control issue. And this is him.
That could be.
It's his little domain. Goddamn right.
He's literally kicking over a sandcastle. I mean, he killed his last partner for something. No, his last partner, he didn't kill him, but died for a similar reason, right?
Yeah.
Did he kill him?
No.
Did Dolores shoot him in the head?
Dolores did. Yeah. Did he programmed himself, right, to do it? I think.
He programmed her in the room, but then as we saw in the room,
she's talking to him like that, so that's bizarre.
She reversed it.
So that scene is confusing to me because I feel like that could be multiple times, just like how the show is multiple times.
Yeah, I remember how in the first season we saw her passed out upstairs, and then we saw her in the room. We were like, how did they extract her and put her back up there without those guys noticing?
That's crazy. I mean, that's
timelines all
but the show wants you to think that. They want you to think that stuff's happening.
You can't trust what you're seeing.
You know what?
Exactly.
The show actually is putting us in a perspective where we're actually seeing things like Dolores saw, where she saw William and the Man in Black at the same time, and our memories were colliding. Like the show is giving that experience to the audience.
And I mean, we have absolutely, we have that in the beginning.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing that could be happening in that scene is it could be from Bernard's memory. And the other thing that could be happening, it could be from Dolores' memory. And it's just how they're memorized. You don't know who's actually experiencing that moment.
You did a good job calling the Greyhound that it was Ford's.
No, I mean, well, that's because they made a big point of, everything. And it seems like, Westworld is Bernard's favorite thing. I feel like he made the other worlds just to make money type of thing, like because it's a company.
It seems like Ford and Arnold made Westworld, and then every other park is like a derivative expansion.
Yeah,
It's like part of the contract, and like Sizemore wrote the characters for the other one, based on what he wrote for this one.
Right.
And a big portion of what we see is that it just means a lot to Ford, and as a result, Ford tells us a lot about who he is as a person. He, with his Greyhound and whatnot, the dog chasing the the rabbit, never catching it type thing.
Yeah,
I think that's what William is in the show. He's the dog that's he's gonna catch the rabbit. He's not gonna know what to do with it. And the rabbit is two things: it's the maze and it's his daughter, because he's chasing some sort of just something in his life that is an accomplishment at this point, because he lost his wife and his daughter and has nothing. And so he's just chasing what feels like an unattainable goal that when he gets to, will basically signal the end of his journey. And I don't feel like he wants the end of his journey to happen type thing unless he is ready to die. Because I feel like that's what this is going to be the culmination in. And the big thing is he's so wrapped up in this journey that he doesn't believe that his daughter would come back and try to, one of two things. He doesn't believe his daughter would come back and try to talk to him and be nice. He thinks it's Ford doing it, or he doesn't want to have her wrapped up in his, for lack of better words, death quest. His death quest, death journey.
I mean, I even made a mention of it in the dialogue in this episode, but the whole show is supposed to be about the choice of fate and what you do with it and how you deal with that. Because we see Dolores doing her thing, Maeve doing her thing. They're both hosts that have better access than normal. They're unique and they're both handling it a different way. Then you have Bernard as a juxtaposition who's fixated. He's it's just code. I'm just code. It's whatever. Yeah. Whereas Dolores and Maeve are actively fighting it. And then you have the flip side of having Man in Black / William, who is choosing to continue to exist in the fake world when he has a real world, and he now interacted with his daughter and doesn't see her as his daughter but as a host because of his fixation and his choices. It's fair, and it's true. Do you think his daughter is a host? No. Is there any inkling in your mind that she could be one? That would be like Ford has been playing 4D chess, but dropping. You mean Ford chess? I'm leaving.
I mean, William had been there. William had been there for 30 years, so Ford knows.
Yeah, Ford could make a copy of his daughter. I
don't know because I don't know.
There's an inkling of doubt in my mind. So I can't say that she's not a host because there's an inkling in my mind that I doubt that she's human, because I feel like something Ford would do to fuck with William, especially, is put his daughter in the world and release her in a way like that, especially because we had that whole scene where she's introduced, where she's making sure the guy that she's going to sleep with isn't a host because she doesn't like hosts. So that's the whole thing, I think, is we're going to be given this character who is a host, potentially. Nah. And we find out maybe his daughter is actually dead or something.
They already did the Bernard reveal, so I feel like doing it to his daughter, especially with William acknowledging the possibility up front, would just not be optimal. That's writing.
Fair. So how do you guys feel about all of Shogun World as a whole? I feel like that was honestly
I felt like I was rewatching Shogun.
It was so good.
Great arc.
It's a great arc. The character was great. The duel itself,
fire,
fantastic. The choreography was amazing. I mean, the actor who does Musashi / Toranaga is amazing. I love how Japanese actors especially do their own choreography for those types of fights, and that wasn't didn't seem like basic choreography. It was pretty good, and I loved it was also crazy how she cut the daughter's heart out to burn it.
Or not daughter.
No, she did say it was her daughter. That was basically even it wasn't her daughter, it was her adopted daughter.
Yeah, functional.
Her function.
Yeah.
This episode might be the best episode so far. Overall, I'm not saying other episodes haven't had higher highs, but I feel like overall this might have been the most solid episode.
I'm probably not going to be the minority here where I say the Dolores story loses me sometimes. I enjoyed its ride.
We're supposed to kind of, because hers is kind of
she's very ethereal.
It's like a schizophrenic journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Maeve is
Maeve has a goal,
one focus.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying with Dolores, where we in the first season we saw her through those timelines,
right,
and stuff, and now it's I agree.
It's supposed to be disjointed and confusing.
Yes, I think it's
no, makes sense.
I think that there's almost a quality to Dolores' story where it innately appeals to things that people don't like pattern recognition and having control over your own fate and all that stuff. And I feel like there's a part of the audience that's supposed to be dissonant with Dolores.
This episode was big on the whole your own fate thing too.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to bring up because they talked about it, especially in the Japanese world, samurai world, or shogun world. All this. But no, the big thing is that
go on.
All the characters that are in front of us in charge of their own fate, but the ones who aren't in charge of their fate right now are the humans because their fate's in the hands of the hosts right now. And, you know, some of those humans work with Maeve.
And you know
pretty
what
well.
makes Dolores and Maeve more human? They keep forcing their will on the other host.
You're right.
Yeah. Well, I was literally going to say, I was like, this might be too much for reach. But Dolores is like, how many times do you think they've killed you, Teddy? Like, look at this. And then she walked into that barn, shot all those Confederados dead, and then rose them, had the tech rise them again. Like, she's doing that now. That's why I said she's
gaslighting Teddy.
An episode or two back, at the end of when we were having our discussion, I said something along the lines of like, where do you draw the line?
What makes you human is the evil inside.
Yeah, where does the cruelty and evil, like, where does the morality, when do you stop being a host? And when are you acting like the people that you're trying to rebel against?
You're right. And Teddy in this episode showed a little bit of his change too with morality. It felt like a whole different character. The actor felt like a whole different person, which
props to him.
Which is, you know, it's true. You know, it's the same person, different, you know, same outside, different
props
inside.
that he could change the look in his eye. Like, Teddy's
that's
like
what it was.
Theodore.
That's
who
what
I'm going to call this. I'm going to call this one Theodore.
Theo
is.
I'm not calling him Theo.
Theo is like his. Like Mikey said when he arrived on screen, his whole facial expression and demeanor was like so much sunk, less personable, less open. He was closed off in his demeanor. He didn't walk.
I feel like Dolores hates it.
Yeah, I feel she seemed upset when she was like, I have to do this. But obviously we know that you can watch a show or something and be like,
did that to literally any other host. There was
it had to be because Teddy was letting people go.
Yeah, I understand that, but like,
and she loves him, so she wants him to change. She would have killed any other host.
Yeah, she would have gotten rid of any.
She had other options.
I don't know if she like. Yes, you could talk with him, but like she's in Dolores Arnold mode.
She just hibernate him.
So I mean, we found out that you could. I mean, she could hibernate him.
She does need Teddy by her side.
He is like
part of the whole.
He is an anchor.
Part of her journey.
Yeah.
Teddy has to get there.
Teddy is her anchor to Dolores. And
Teddy,
if we lose Teddy, then she becomes Wyatt fully.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not the destination, but the friends we lose along the way.
The personalities we gain. The multiple personalities we gain along the way. So speaking of multiple personalities, we're going to segue into multiple family members. Maeve's, we've called it. Maeve's Dave's daughter has a new mom, and it makes sense because when they pull you out of a narrative, they put you somebody else in the narrative.
Yeah, that's
instead of wasting a whole narrative, they just pulled Maeve out, put her in as the den mother. And
the madam of the,
yeah, that's a joke from our prior. That's a joke from when we watched Kalu. I called like the head of the prostitutes a dead mother, and people were like, "That's a Cub Scout mom." I was like, "Oh." But you know, that's crazy. Ghost Nation showed up though and said, "Come with us." What's happening there?
Yeah, I don't know. Do you think she might try to use her powers to get her daughter to forget? And like think that she's her mom. See, that's the face that I would make too. But
it's free. It's all about free will.
What do we just say?
Where do we draw the line? Yeah, where do we draw the line?
He was literally making people kill themselves. I mean, at this point, like, what is off limits?
My queen, guys, my queen. I saw my queen Clementine in this episode a little bit too. It's great episode for her.
Yeah, Clementine in the background has been really. It's you know what's nice. I have to say, they have a really good, and maybe I could be wrong. They have a really good consistency of showing characters that are supposed to be in the background without giving them major speaking roles to like derail the episode. We saw Clementine.
Major props to the actress for managing to keep her face like this.
Crazy.
She literally doesn't. You know,
she looks like she
turns her body when she does.
She has like a full presence without ever speaking.
She keeps. Have you ever noticed her head never changes its level, which is a sign of emotion somewhat, and responsiveness to things, stimuli. She doesn't really respond to anything except for commands. Yeah. So she keeps her head level like this forward, and then when they talk, she keeps her head the same level at all times. She never changes it. Only when she aims does she. It's crazy. Little things that actress is doing so good.
Wow.
Besides that, I wonder if there's any relation to the climate control happening, because they mentioned that climate control was turned on still. So like, is that like, there's like a frozen layer somewhere? Like, remember how they had the climate controlled people?
So
the hosts that were in the storage?
The simple answer is that it's tied into the cooling for the cradle. Which is why that's
a great one.
But it could be like a little sprinkle of Chekhov's gun, which will come back later.
No, I think it's a cradle. I think you're right.
No, I think Pan is onto something. If it's going to come back later, because you just said.
I feel like it's
what if they
what
if they turn down the What if they turn off the heat in the park and it goes all cold? Did the host go into like?
I feel like it would go heat. I feel like it would heat up.
Well, no, it was the climate control for the Mesa because they said that the cradle wasn't supposed to interact with it.
No,
I think
they said the cradle, which is not supposed to interact with other systems, has access to other systems.
Right.
Now.
Yeah, because Arnold.
We know Ford is,
and I think
Arnold. I know it's like Arnold.
That's why I'm like, it's got to be controlling the cradle room, making sure that's functioning because that's where Ford is stashed.
Yeah.
Or it's gonna come back as a way to kill her.
The last thing I want to bring up is somebody you brought it up. The difference between Arnold and Dolores. Arnold, when he was getting his head cut open, he was like, "Pain is just a program." Bernard. I'm sorry, I said Arnold. Same person, actually, technically. Right. Whereas Dolores, when she's doing things, she says we're real. You know, everything that we feel is real. Maeve too. So that's the difference between two points of view from the host, and the third one, which is the logical point of view of Bernard, who is not only a host, but he's also programmed to be a Delos, lead, somebody in charge of Delos like supervisor, I would imagine at minimum, and also a creator of the host somewhat. He has that more level-headed thought where he's like, pain is just, program. Everything I do is programmed. So therefore, my programming can override, certain things. Or for example, just pain doesn't matter because it's fake.
Right.
Whereas Dolores and Maeve is chasing emotions that are programmed into her with a memory of a daughter. And Dolores is chasing what feels like freedom and revenge. So the two hosts are completely the opposite of the other host in their, recognition of being a host.
They're each kind of unique in it because
self-recognition.
Because Dolores is kind of like, I am who I am and pushing through it. So even though she has access to a tablet, she's not messing with anything internally. Mm-hmm. While Maeve is like using it to boost herself to achieve her goal. Mm-hmm. And then you have Bernard, who's in this weird position where he is already boosted, but he only uses it to like further explore the mysteries and find who he is.
It's almost like he's in the maze.
Right. So they're all kind of using their abilities they each feel like they need to do it a certain way, right?
Yeah.
That's fair. My thing I'm super interested in finding out more about is what was the train idea? Like, I know they had the one tech on there, poor guy was helping them the whole time and got killed like that. But like, what was the point? Were they using that to breach or just destroy the entrance to Westworld?
I think they were using it to breach the Mesa.
Or will Dolores use that to then go rampage through the Mesa? I think that's what the Mesa is like the building.
Yeah.
And then when she does that, she's going to find her dad before the Delos extraction team does. And what is going to make her more mad than seeing her dad literally
shoot Charlotte Hale?
She's literally crucified. Her dad's literally crucified.
I know.
And she's going to shoot Charlotte Hale. And that's it. I think Hale dies by Dolores or Maeve.
What if they get washed up on the beach because of the climate control and there's a flood, like a biblical flood across the land?
His name is Teddy. All right, guys. I think we said all we want to say. Does anybody else have anything we want to say? No?
I'm done.
Let me just make sure. Cool. Good. I'm very excited to see what Ford's master plan is.
This was the most cucked ending, by the way, that they've done so far.
No, it was amazing.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. This ending was the most cliffhanger ending.
Oh my god, it was great. I can't wait to find out what happens. So only way for us to do that is to keep watching. So thank you for joining us. I'm Mikey.
I'm Beef.
I'm Mike.
And this was our reaction to Westworld Season 2, Episode 6. If you did enjoy it, check out Patreon for full lengths of this series, as well as others, as well as the ability to vote on movies and TV shows when those happen. Thank you so much for joining us. Subscribe if you haven't already. Let us know how you feel about our theories, what's going on, any cool fun facts you know about the show or the actresses or actors or anything like that, production. It's always fun to learn. We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Toodaloo.
Bye.